Welcome to the Built World, a channel dedicated to exploring the remarkable engineering, human ingenuity, and sustainable solutions that shape our modern civilization. Today, we dive into one of the most elegant examples of biological engineering in agriculture. Imagine a farmer in rural Japan or the Kutanad region of Kerala, India, during the middle of the 20th century. It is peak summer. The heat is heavy and the humidity is stifling. This farmer spends 10 long hours every day bent at the waist, feet submerged in thick grey mud. His only task is pulling invasive weeds from the soil by hand. If he misses even a small patch, the weeds will quickly choke the young rice seedlings and destroy his entire harvest. His back aches constantly. His hands are stained and calloused. For generations, this back-breaking labor was the only way to keep a family fed. The work was so intense that it severely limited how much land one person could realistically manage. Then came chemical herbicides. They killed the weeds almost instantly and seemed like a miracle. But the hidden cost soon became visible. The frogs stopped singing at night. The dragonflies vanished from the fields. The water in the paddy turned into a sterile chemical soup. The farmer was no longer a steward of the land. He had become a technician managing a dying ecosystem. Modern agriculture had chosen short-term efficiency over long-term life and health. This choice created a dangerous dependency that nearly erased centuries of accumulated biological wisdom. The transition from heavy chemical dependency back to biological harmony required a radical shift in engineering thought. We had to stop viewing the rice paddy as a simple factory and start seeing it as a living, closed-loop ecological system. This is the story of the Aigamo Method, modernized by Japanese farmer Takao Furuno in the late 1980s. It uses a specific breed of duck to naturally replace both manual weeding and chemical inputs. This method is far more than a simple farming trick. It is a precise, well-engineered biological machine that works in perfect harmony with nature. The foundation of this revolution is the Aigamo duck, a deliberate crossbreed between the wild mallard and the domesticated Peking duck. This hybrid was carefully chosen for its strong foraging instinct and relatively calm temperament. Its body weight is perfectly balanced, heavy enough to effectively stir the mud and control weeds, yet light enough not to damage the tender young rice stems. In a traditional rice field, the biggest threats are weeds and insects, such as leafhoppers and rice water weevils. Chemical farming relied on spraying synthetic pesticides that often killed beneficial insects as well, creating a dangerous cycle of increasing dependency. In the Aigamo system, young ducklings are gently introduced into the flooded paddy 1 to 2 weeks after the rice seedlings have been transplanted. At this early stage, their small size is ideal. The ducks swim actively through the rows in constant search for food. Their feet stir up the mud, creating natural turbidity that blocks sunlight from reaching the bottom of the paddy. This simple action prevents weed seeds from germinating, offering a clean physical alternative to chemical herbicides. While they forage, the ducks eat harmful weeds like barnyard grass and monocoria, along with insects. At the same time, they deposit nutrient-rich droppings directly into the water. This provides a steady, natural supply of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Unlike chemical fertilizers, there is no harmful runoff and no waste. The constant movement of the ducks also oxygenates the water, which stimulates the rice plants to develop stronger roots and thicker, healthier stalks. The gentle physical agitation encourages the rice to produce more lignin, making the plants more resistant to disease and pests. This system finds a remarkable parallel in the agricultural heartlands of India. In Kerala's Kutanad region, farmers have long practiced integrated rice duck farming. In Tamil Nadu, it is known as duck penning, where large flocks of indigenous ducks like chara and chembali are moved through flooded paddies. In West Bengal and Assam, ducks are used to effectively control the golden apple snail and brown plant hopper, two major pests that cause huge crop losses across South Asia. The ducks treat these snails as a high-protein delicacy, turning a pest into a valuable resource. By the year 1990, Takao Furuno had refined the system through years of careful observation and trial and error. He discovered that the optimal duck density is 15 to 30 ducks per 1,000 square meters. If the number is too low, weeds survive. If it is too high, the ducks may damage the growing rice later. The timing is also critical. The ducks must be removed from the field once the rice begins to flower, to prevent them from eating the ripening grain. This creates a well-defined window where the farm operates with almost zero human labor for weeding or fertilizing. To make the system even stronger, Furuno introduced Azolla, a fast-growing nitrogen-fixing water fern that floats on the surface. It absorbs nitrogen from the air and serves as extra food for the ducks. Some farmers also introduce loachfish, which eat mosquito larvae and contribute additional nutrients. This creates a complete multi-layered biological factory with simple inputs and rich outputs. The farmer no longer produces only rice. He also produces organic duck meat, fish, and premium grain. The economic benefits are significant. The Aigamo method completely eliminates the cost of herbicides and pesticides and greatly reduces fertilizer expenses. Weeding labor is almost entirely removed. At harvest time, the grown ducks are sold as high-value organic meat, creating a valuable second income stream. The rice can be sold at a higher price because it is certified organic. Studies in Japan and Vietnam show that farmers using this method can increase their net income by 50% or more. This financial stability helps small farmers remain on their land instead of migrating to cities. In India, the economic payoff is often even more direct. Because many rice farmers are also livestock owners, the ducks represent a mobile asset. In the Cauvery Delta of Tamil Nadu, the seasonal movement of ducks is a major economic event. The ducks feed on the waste of the rice field, meaning the farmer's input cost for meat production is essentially zero. This makes integrated duck rice systems some of the most profitable agricultural models in the world on a per-acre basis. The integration also slightly reduces water requirement, which is crucial in a water-stressed nation like India. Environmentally, the transformation is profound. When chemicals are removed, biodiversity returns very quickly. Earthworms, snails, and beneficial microorganisms reappear in the soil. The soil becomes loose and fertile again. Waterways remain clean and healthy. In many Japanese villages and Indian paddies, rare aquatic species that have been missing for decades have returned after adopting this method. The logic of the Aigamo method has surprising parallels even beyond agriculture. During World War I, soldiers used slugs as biological gas detectors because they could sense mustard gas at concentrations far lower than humans. Today, the US Navy uses dolphins to locate underwater mines that sonar cannot reliably find. These are all examples of biological wetware outperforming industrial hardware. This same philosophy is now entering the world of robotics. Companies are developing small robot swarms that mimic the duck's low-impact, high-frequency foraging behavior to control weeds with electricity or precision lasers instead of heavy tractors. The technical success of the Aigamo method challenges the long-held belief that we need synthetic chemicals to feed a growing global population. In multiple trials, Aigamo fields have produced 20% to 50% more rice than neighboring chemical fields, while simultaneously building healthier and more resilient soil. The system is also more resilient to climate change due to better water retention and stronger roots. If you're enjoying this deep dive into biological engineering and sustainable farming, please hit the like button and subscribe to The Built World. It really helps us continue creating these in-depth videos. In conclusion, the Aigamo Revolution replaced a linear, destructive agricultural system with a circular, regenerative one. It proves that economic profit and environmental health are not opposites, they can support each other. The story of the Aigamo duck and its deep Indian parallels shows us that sometimes the most advanced technology is not a new chemical or machine. It is simply the intelligent integration of life that already exists in nature. If this video gave you new insights, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next exploration from the built world. Thank you for watching.